Hello, it's Rachel Ariana, and today I am going to be reviewing for you the new, or at least new to me, Rose Inc Softlight Skin Smoothing Liquid Foundation, as well as the Rose Inc Softlight Luminous Hydrating Concealer. So right now I am on a quest to finding my everyday foundation since my tried and true Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear has been reformulated. So with that being said, let's just quickly get into this review. So I got this off of the Sephora website for two reasons. One, when I purchased it, it was actually on sale at the time and for only $40.50. However, this foundation does run for $54, so it is a bit pricey. And I was able to get the concealer for $22.50, but it does normally run for $30. However, with that being said, I was really drawn to the foundation when I read some of its claims in the description. So I'm just looking at the website right now, so if you see me looking down, that's why. And I just wanted to read to you the details of the foundation and then tell you some of the claims of the foundation for why I purchased this and thought it would be possibly a good match for me. So the details are, it says it's a clean, non-comedogenic foundation that delivers medium buildable coverage with a smooth, soft matte finish. This hydrating, weightless fluid powered by bioengineered complexes visibly improves brightness and reduces the appearance of redness and pores while minimizing excess oil to keep skin in a balanced state. For best results, apply with the number 3 foundation brush. Now, of course, you know, number 3 foundation brush is what they're selling because of course companies are going to get as much of your money out of you as possible. But I will say, based on my 3-day wear test, which I will be showing you in a moment, I would say yes, the two best ways of applying this foundation would be either with your fingers or a brush, and it does say that in the directions to apply with a brush or with your fingers. So some of the claims that it has here, and it actually has it on the website, it actually says claims. It says that it visibly smooths the complexion instantly and over time, evens tone and blurs with a soft matte finish, buildable medium weightless coverage, non-comedogenic ingredients won't clog pores or cause breakouts. And some of the other things that I liked when I saw this is it has some, you know, ingredients in it that I haven't necessarily heard of, but the ingredients, it says that it has adaptive skin balancing complex, promotes healthier looking skin, controls oil, reduces redness, which is something that I definitely need, as well as the oil control because I do tend to have oily skin, especially in my T-zone, and it brightens and minimizes the look of pores. Now, giving a little bit of background for me and my skin, I am 46, I'm going to be 47, so I definitely have pores. I'm a tretinoin user, so my skin is constantly in a state of flaking. It gets very flaky. I also have redness. I tend to be very sensitive, so not only using tretinoin making my skin more sensitive or sensitized because of the tretinoin, but I just react to things. So I really liked what I read with it saying that. It says that it has fermented reishi mushrooms or mushroom, and that plumps and smooths the skin, and it has a targeted hydration complex which adds weightless hydration, calms and balances moisture levels. So again, I tend to go for matte foundations, but this did claim that it is a soft matte foundation, which is, you know, which I like that. I want to have a matte look to my skin. I don't necessarily like a dewy or luminous look. However, this foundation would also do well for those people that do, in my opinion, after wearing it for 3 days. It is made from 30% post-consumer recycled plastic cap, recyclable glass jar, recyclable container made from FSC certified paper, carton printed with soy-based ink, and it's Leaping Bunny certified. So for those of you that care about that, it has all of that. It is considered a clean skincare, or sorry, a clean makeup brand. One thing I did notice about the products because I've never heard of rose ink before until I saw it was on sale, and then I on Sephora and read all of those wonderful claims that it makes, which drew me to buy it. One thing that I've noticed, they do not have a setting powder for this foundation, and I think that's important because if a company doesn't sell you a setting powder, it's pretty obvious to me that they are wanting you to wear the foundation as is, to not necessarily set it. Of course, you could do with your makeup whatever you want, but this does not have a setting powder to go with it, just FYI. They do have cream blushes, cream bronzers, and cream highlighters. So again, but nothing in a powder form. So I just found that interesting because I tried looking for a setting powder on the website as well to see if I could get a setting powder, and they do not have any setting powders to go with this or with this box yet. Okay, so let me show you what the packaging looks like. Okay, so that's how it looks in the box. What I'm wearing is 7C Light Cool. That's what I ended up matching with. This is the bottle. It definitely is a, you know, for $54, the packaging is quite nice. It is a nice glass bottle. You know, the top is just a plastic top, a plastic dispenser. It definitely is more high-end, especially if you compare it to like your you know, drugstore type, you know, foundation bottle. You know, you can just tell the difference between this, you know, type of packaging compared to this type of packaging. So, but again, I care more about what's in the bottle than the packaging. You know, that doesn't necessarily matter to me either way. I'm really paying, if I pay more for a foundation, I'm paying, or at least I think I'm paying for, or hopefully I'm paying for, a superior foundation, not necessarily the packaging. But with that being said, this is a 1 fluid ounce. There is 1 fluid ounce in here, 30 milliliters. So that's how much product you get in the foundation, or in the bottle, sorry. And then the rose ink concealer I actually have in the color LX020. So what that really means is the LX020 means that it's light. So the shade is light with peachy undertones, which I actually quite like because of the blue and the purple underneath my eyes. The peachy undertones really help cancel it out. Powder with my e.l.f. loose setting powder. So like I said, their website doesn't have, or Rose Ink doesn't have any setting powders that you can purchase. So I did use that. I always have to set my under eyes. There's no way I could ever get away with not setting them. I need to, because the concealer instantly, as soon as I put it on, it will go into my fine lines, and as I'm talking and smiling, I tend to smile a lot, it does crease up under my eye. So I did set this. However, I have not set the Rose Ink foundation other than in the places where I put my powder bronzer and my powder blush. Other than that, I have not set the foundation today or on any of the 3 days of me wearing it. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show you the 3-day wear test. Okay, day 2 of wearing this foundation. So today I went ahead and I used the brush to apply the foundation. Yesterday I used my my preferred method, which is a beauty sponge, and it soaked up most of the product, and I honestly felt like it was more of a lightweight foundation. Well, that is not the case. It definitely did build up to a nice medium coverage today, much different using the brush. So I just used my e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush today. It worked great with this. I'm gonna go ahead and come forward and have you look at my skin up close. I have been wearing this foundation for 7 hours now. So I finished my makeup at 5:30 in the morning. It is now 12:30 in the afternoon. So that's that's been a pretty long wear time. Okay, so let me go ahead and go forward. And you can see the coverage is definitely much better than it was yesterday. My skin has calmed down since yesterday, since it was very irritable or very irritated, but this definitely, using the brush, has helped with the coverage tremendously. Kind of let you see under my eyes a little bit, just because I am wearing the concealer. Okay, and here we are on day 3 of our wear test. So just like on day 1 and day 2, I have worn this for 7 hours at this point. I have not retouched up this foundation, I have not blotted the foundation, and I have not set the foundation. The only thing that I set is the concealer under my eyes, which I did with my e.l.f. translucent setting powder. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward and let you see the way the foundation looks on the skin. Today, the application method I used for today is with my fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an up-close look of this foundation after 7 hours of wear, and then give you my final thoughts on the foundation and whether I think it's worth purchasing or not. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on this foundation and just some of the tips and tricks I would say after wearing it for 3 days. I definitely don't think it has the oil control that it claims to have. So I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but I know in real life, as I look in the mirror, it's very shiny, especially in my T-zone area. Really around my mouth, my chin area, my nose, the sides of my nose, and my forehead are very, very shiny and very oily looking to me. I don't care for an oily look or a shiny look. Some people may consider that a dewy or luminous look. I don't. To me, it looks sweaty or looks oily. However, if that's something that doesn't bother you, keep in mind though that the foundation, I was able to wear it for 7 hours before it started to get this oily look. Also, my skin does have a very oily T-zone. So any powder that, or sorry, any foundation that I do wear, I would have to blot it anyway. Even the matte, you know, the very matte dry to the touch foundations, I would still have to blot or powder if I did not want that to happen. So I really don't think it's the fault of this foundation at all for that. That is just my skin type. And to be realistic, I don't know if for anyone with oily skin, if there's really any truly oil controlling foundation out there. I mean, at least I have not found one yet. Secondly, I do like the coverage that it gives. It does give a strong medium coverage like it claims. If and only if you use a brush or your fingers. I used my fingers today, and that is my preferred method for this foundation. I normally love to use a beauty blender or a beauty sponge, but for this foundation, I don't think I will be because it soaks up too much of the product. So keep that in mind if you are somebody who does purchase this and you use a beauty sponge and most of it's gone. It will seem as if it is only a light coverage foundation. That's what happened to me on the first day of wearing this, when it is in fact, it is a medium coverage foundation, which definitely can be built up. A little bit of it goes a long way, especially when you do use your fingers, because there's nothing there like a brush or a sponge soaking it up either, soaking up the product. So all in all, I do want to say that I really do like the foundation. I am going to continue to wear it. My search isn't over though for my Holy Grail foundation, because I personally like a foundation that dries down to the touch, and this foundation doesn't. I still feel a slight dewiness to the skin, especially when I touch it with my fingers, and I don't like that feeling. Personally, I just don't like that feeling. If you're somebody who has extremely dry skin and that doesn't bother you, then this would probably be a very good foundation for you. However, do I hate the foundation? No. Is it something that I'm going to continue to wear until it's gone? Yes. It's not one of those foundations where I would just throw off to the side like I've done with my reformulated Lancome. I'm definitely going to wear this foundation until it runs out. I absolutely love the concealer. I think I may continue to purchase this concealer even once it's gone. I personally like it. It blends out beautifully. It's covering my dark circles beautifully, and even I even powdered it. I always powder my under eyes, but even with powder on top of it, it turned out very, very well. So with that being said, I definitely think that this foundation is a good foundation. Also, in my 3 days of wearing it, I have not felt any irritation to my skin at all. Like, there hasn't been any stinging, you know, little irritation bumps. Nothing like that has come up on my skin yet. And within the first 2 days of wearing something that doesn't agree with me, that most definitely would happens. Yesterday, when I removed my makeup and I washed my face and I looked at my skin looked very calm after wearing it yesterday and the day before as well. So that is definitely a good side. So one thing that I am noticing about the foundation, which I definitely think is a big plus, is it's not causing problems. It's true to its word in saying that it will not cause breakouts or that type of thing. I do feel like it's doing a good job covering redness. I have pink blush on, but it definitely is doing a good job covering up the redness underneath my skin. So with that being said, I definitely think it's worth giving a try. If you have the money to spend on a $54 foundation and you want to try it, and you're somebody who likes a more hydrating foundation like this, I would suggest buying it. I would definitely not say not to buy it. So, and one more point that I wanted to make about the foundation, I also noticed it has not settled into my fine lines. So if you're somebody with mature skin, that is a problem, right? Like here, I definitely have those smile lines. I smile a lot. It has not settled into the lines at all. And when I raise my eyebrows, I'll tend to have my foundation gathering up in my wrinkles in my forehead as I raise my eyebrows. This has not done that at all. So even though it's a bit tacky still, or a bit dewy on the skin where I could feel that it hasn't dried completely down, it's not moving. It's not moving into lines or wrinkles. So with that being said, I give it a thumbs up. I think it's a good foundation. I don't think you would be disappointed if you purchased it. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next random review. Bye.